discussion uh, to get every point of view, uh, uh, to get on some to get it. If you do group discussion as a practice, then we 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 get so much vocabularies with discussions and all, and by discussion we get to know so many things. In group discussion there are so many people, so we get to know each one's point of view, and that's enhance our knowledge. So that's why I think group discussion is important, and there are issues where so many people have their different point of view, and that's increased knowledge. So I think group discussion is important, and we need to do that.
That's right. So I'm going to ask you to choose any discussion topic and we'll discuss on it. But while you're thinking on your topic, you might as well lift your camera so that your shoulders are visible. Oh, yeah, there. And now tell me what kind of topic you want to discuss about.
Any topic, we
Any
can
topic?
talk on any
Yeah.
topic. Yes.
You can choose, otherwise I can choose.
Yes, you can choose.
Okay, let's talk about a very untalked topic about the military role in this modern world.
Okay. So military role. So I think it's totally depend on demographic area of country. So it's depend on neighbors and the aggression of neighbor. That's depend on that's uh, if countries neighbor are more mature in condition, there is need of military. But as I said, that it's totally depend on the country's demographic region. And in this model, in this modern world, I think we should reach that. We should reach that point. There shouldn't military shouldn't any country need military at all to self defense. But we are not enough. The world is not enough mature on to that. We are not reached that position yet. So
You forget
uh,
maturity. Do you think the world can ever reach that point?
I have hope, and that someday we will someday the world will reach, someday, maybe thousand or maybe more than 1,000 years. But I think that I have hope. There are so many people who thinks like that, and maybe at certain point we will reach that point. Because uh, if we go back in 500 or 1,000 years before, then we never think about democracy and all those stuff. There at that time we have kings and kingdoms are there. At that time nobody thinks about the 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 government like that, run by people, choose by people. So but we reach that point currently. So I have hope that someday we will reach that point also. There no need of military at all to use any country. Right
See,
now,
yeah.
right now, uh, we are we are in trap. Uh, Religious, some dictators are there, some religious leaders are there, and because of that, there is so much violence. And uh, and for that, so many countries need military. For some countries use this military as self defense, and some country use this military as a weapon uh, to uh, to to give threat to other nations, to suppress their liberties. Uh, so currently we are in this phase, and I think we need military. Some countries need military because of their neighbors, and uh, so what do you think? What your opinion on that?
I think that there are great masses of military personnel that are there in every military of the world, and they're pretty much not in use, according to me. Yes, there are some wars here and there, but it's not a majority of them that could be handled by a global force if the forces combine together. So I pretty much think that the militaries are being wasted by all the countries. I mean, the purpose of the military is would either be to expand the region, its countryside, its culture, its tradition, its borders, whatever, or to at least protect it heavily. It is doing neither of those, and it cannot do it under the democratic and new formula these people have adapted. They just sit at the border, never go to fight. They only wait. If somebody intimidates them, they intimidate them back. So it's playing a very, stalled up role. It's like still and nothing much to do and just sitting ducks like waiting. Although I must say that the military personnel are very powerful and they are very great people defending their nations individually. Each one of them is exemplary in service, most wanted, definitely by all standards, like even in the previous kingdom standards, you would say it's definitely uh, very good. But in the modern time, there is hardly any need of military. So I think many nations can do without military. They are just unnecessary wasting money on military. Look at our own country. Billions are being poured in the to the military, and although our country really needs it because our borders are very hostile and the
Right,
people around us are very hostile, they will attack if we don't have even 10 people standing on the border at any time.
right,
So we need it. But there are many nations like poor
right,
African nations and smaller countries who do not need it, and they're just incorporating military for no reason. They can have other proper progress going on just without a military.
right.
What do you say about that?
Yes, I think you're absolutely right. There are so many countries that don't need military at all. There the cultural or any financial, cultural or any natural resource, they don't have such kind of things, and no threat from other countries or other countries or uh, other group of people. So I think that those countries must abolish their military and move those finance they providing to military. I think those finance should divert to the country's progress and so much and living standard of people. There is so much chances to increase uh, living standard of people, healthcare, education. Those sectors need to highly compensate with finance, and I think those countries need to divert their money from defense to these sectors. Uh, I think nearly 70 to 80, maybe 100%. I don't think 100% countries in the world have military. Maybe there are exceptions. I don't know about that, but I think suppose there are some exceptions. Those countries don't have military, but there, as you said, there are possibility to divert finance from military and defense to other sectors. Uh, apart from that, what I think, uh, any African or any country that the countries either run by democracy or dictatorship. There we don't find any thin layer because I don't think still we have any king or a kingdom like country. There may be some countries are still run like that, but I don't think they will abolish military, because either democracy need military, because uh, I think they every democracy live with fear by attacking someone. So uh, so the democracy, because the cultural or any historical background of uh, any democracy is earned from struggle. So the psychological part of democracy, they need a military, because they know that someone can attack us, and again those countries can govern us. So by this psychological mindset, countries still democratic countries still wanted military to defend them. And but we need to go and check such we need to go and check is there need of military, and try to divert finance billions of dollars we are uh, using to buy weapons, and we don't hardly use those weapons in 20 or 15 years, and after some years we just uh, sold just sell them in scrap yard, so in scrap. So yes, we have to think about that, and need to do some automation, or if we have if countries have fear, then they need to do some automations or something like that, so we don't need to waste our human resource, or any finance on that. What I think, that's what I think.
That's absolutely right. So, economically speaking, if we talk about any region, the world, even in our country, don't you think that the gap between the poor and the rich is increasing tremendously? So,
Yes,
like,
yes,
it's clearly indicating that the modern system has totally failed in this respect.
yes.
What do you think about that? What do you think about this gap?
I think it's totally right that the gap between poor and richer is increasing day by day. It's not it's exponentially increasing, and we need to do some framework to maintain the gap as minimum as possible, because yes, we are living in mixed cultural. Capitalism is here, socialism is here, uh, we are living in democracy, some uh, 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 so I think that we need to develop such a framework that the company CEO, and at the last lower management of lower person who is peon or something at lowest level of companies working, we need to maintain some ratio of earning mean between both of them. So just like that, we have to develop some framework, so can the gap between richer and poor will maintain, and uh, uh, those the gap, because 90 or 80% of India's wealth, or you can say world wealth, have 80 to 90% wealth have uh, only 10 to 12 people on only 10 to 12 people's hands. So I think that last few years, last 20 30 years, or the gap between poorer and richer is increasing tremendously, and we are now at such a stage that next few years the gap is more, and the gap between them is increase more and more, and the world's total health, we can say that only three to 5 to 6 people have the world's whole wealth, and we need to the current currently we are in right stage to think about that, and need to distribute wealth properly, evenly. If we don't look in this matter, then after few years we will reach an anarchist position, and the poorer will the poor people uh, will come on road, and they will go on strike and something like that to get benefits. So I think we are on that age to look in to seriously look in this matter and try to do some framework and something like that, so the gap between poorer and richer will maintain or try to decrease. We need to decrease this gap as soon as possible.
How do you think this gap can actually be decreased?
I think uh, we have to develop some framework, and by using those framework, we can decrease those gaps. I don't think that you can heavily, because we don't have the framework, so we currently we heavily tax those high earner, but they find some loopholes in system, and as you I read somewhere that Donald Trump or any Indian businessman, they don't pay taxes. They have loopholes on system. They find loopholes in systems, and by using CA, they don't pay taxes. So current system is not at all that proof, that uh, current system is not good at all to get money from richer and distribute in poor people. So I think we need to develop some framework. I don't have right now. I don't have any idea on that. Just I have idea that the richest, the top management of company and the lowest management of company have fixed ratio of gap in earning. Other than that, I don't have any suggestion or any proper. I think the academic the people who have so much knowledge in economics, they can think, they can have good discussion on that, and they will come with proper solution on that. So how we can decrease this gap.
Okay, that's very good. And I think we had a good discussion. We may continue it some other time. But
Right.
for now, let's say yes, we can discuss with anyone and everyone on any matter.
Yes, we can discuss everything with everyone on any matter.
Right. So let's go ahead and move on to our grammar part now, which
Yes.
is also very important. So let's see where we are for grammar. Okay, this is a very interesting part. It's not showing up on your screen because I haven't shown it to you yet. But I'm going to show it to you. And we have articles in English, you know very well. There are,
Yes.
what are the articles? Do you know?
A and the.
Right. So can you give me a line with an article in it?
Yes. It is.
It is a beautiful
It
city.
is. Uh, yes, it is beautiful. It is a wonderful car. It's good. It's it's a white car.
Right. So let's study this and see what this articles and all that is all about. You're going to start studying that. First, I'll read this for me.
A and the
What are they?
articles.
Why are they called articles? Any idea? because they represent any article. You can see some articles lying around here. Okay,
Right.
right. And read me this line here.
There are three pens here.
Mhm.
Instruction. Please pick up a pen.
Please pick up a pen because A, we want you to pick up one pen, and because the pen is an article, so we're going to use a in front of it. Okay,
Right.
as elaborated here. Read this for me.
A pen. Any one pen. Pen on the left or pen in the center or pen on the right.
Right. Doesn't mean which pen we're talking about. It means any of these pens which are lying around here. Okay, now we come to this one. I'll repeat this.
There is only one pen here. Instruction. Please pick up the pen.
Hmm. Notice the difference between this instruction and this instruction. Why is there a difference?
Right. There is the only one pen, so we are confirmed about that.
Yeah,
So please pick up the pen. There is no other pens.
there's no other pen we're talking about. There's only one we are highlighting upon. There's only one that is an article. So we put the pen. Okay. So you could even put this in your own lines. You already do, in fact. I went to a school because there are so many schools, but you went to only one. You'll say, I went to a school.
Right.
But when you're talking already about your own school, then you will say, uh, it is the best school or something like that. It is one of the best schools. Okay. So you can
Right.
see because that is the only one we're talking about, then we put a the in front. Right. Read this one.
The pen, the particular or the specific pen.
You can say the pen, which is equal to the particular, or the pen is the particular or the specific pen. In this case, the pen is the particular one, or it is the specific pen that we're talking about. Your school is the school we are definitely talking about. So we say that line. Please pick up the pen. So now you know exactly how to differentiate between the and the requirement, right?
Yes, yes.
It's also used to emphasize on any particular thing you're talking about. That's how it is. Okay, so now read some of the AN lines and some of D lines simultaneously. Read this one.
Jaipur is a wonderful city. There are many wonderful cities and Jaipur is one.
Right, that's what they're telling you. That's what this sentence is saying. There are many wonderful cities. Among them, one of them is Jaipur. Like I said, there are so many pens, there's only one pen. There's so many schools, there's only one school at all. Now read this one.
Jaipur is known as the pink city of India.
Hmm?
There is only one pink city in India.
Right. So there are so many cities, but there is only one that is called as the pink city of India. You know that very well.
Right.
So we put the in front of it. As you can see, the formula that was just shown to you previously is being used already and everywhere. Okay. Now read
Yes.
the next line yourself.
I have got a smartphone. There are many smartphones and I have got one.
One in the bracket is the meaning or the description of what that line is. Right?
Right. Right.
Next.
The smartphone has a dictionary.
You can see now we're talking something in relation to that particular smartphone, the smartphone. Many people make that mistake. Instead of the, they put instead of they put the, or they simply don't put anything. All these other methods are wrong. What is shown on the screen right now, that is the right way to do it. Okay, read this one.
Please give me an answer. You
Okay,
can repeat the answer, please. Can you repeat the answer, please?
read the meaning of the line also.
Okay, okay. There are many answers and give me one.
And see, please give me an answer. I just want one answer. I don't want so many answers. I don't need that much. I only want one answer. Now here,
Can you repeat the answer, please? The answer that you gave.
there is only one answer that you gave, and they want that answer repeated, whatever it is. So put die. Are you understanding?
Yes, yes.
Okay, move on here.
Walking is a type of exercise. There are many exercise and walking is one.
Exercises.
There are many exercises and walking is one. Right.
Next.
Walking is walking is the only exercise with zero injury.
I mean,
There is only one exercise with zero injury. Hello?
there's only one, and that's the highlighted one. That's the one we're talking about. So the next.
Dhyan Chand was a hockey player. There are many hockey players and he was one of them. Dhyan Chand is the best hockey player ever. There is only one best hockey player. Kavita
Next.
is a manager. There are many managers and Kavita is one of them. Kavita is the youngest manager. The youngest refers to only one.
Yes.
I have an appointment letter from a company. One appointment letter from one company. The appointment letter mentioned my job profile in detail. The appointment letter that I have.
It mentions the appointment letter mentions my job. Okay, so go ahead and read this one.
This is a gift for you. There are many gifts. This is one of them. The gift is very special. The gift which you receive.
Gift is very special. I think you understand that. Yes.
Yes, yes, I understand.
Right. Let's move on and look at this. Read this.
An article describes a noun. Use
Yes.
a or describes any noun, any not specific or one in quantity.
When we use a, we are describing any noun. Noun means any type of name. Okay. There is no specific name, any type of name. But we can also use it as describing in quantity as only one piece. So I want a tomato is also legitimate because we're just talking about one quantity. Or any noun, a car. A car is a name of a noun. A car is a noun, you know. So it's like
Yes.
it's the name of the product which is called car. Okay, so what about this one?
And describes any noun starting with sound of A E I O U.
You know that if there is a, e, I, o, u, you put an, not a, in its place. Grammar rule.
Right.
Then next,
The describes a particular or a specific noun or more than one in quantity.
right? Okay.
Yes. The
Now, sorry.
yes, yes, no, no, no.
Yeah, read this.
The correct choice of the articles a and an depends on the initial sound of a noun, not on the starting letter of the noun.
What does this mean?
Initial sound of noun means uh, maybe uh, R and R. Some there are some silent words in front starting of noun. So maybe we can use do not only on starting sound of a e i o u, but maybe if there is word with silent word and starting with a e i o u, you can use and maybe I don't know.
No, I think you slightly, actually, you know what you're talking about, but you're speaking it in the wrong way. It's the initial sound that matters, not the fact that there is an A, E, I, O, U in front of the name. That's not what matters. What matters is that the sound has A or E or I, O, U in the starting. For example, and, any, or aim, they will all have an, not A in front of them, because the sound of A matters. The sound of these vowels matters. The actual letter A does not matter. Okay, that's what they're saying. That a word could have A in it, but if its sound is, I mean, if a word does not have A in it, but it sounds like A, then we still put an in front of it. For example, there could be some words like, the sound of a hum, no, hum would be H clearly. So there are lots of words which sound like they can be starting with an H or a consonant. Any of the other letters apart from these five are called consonants. So they could be starting with the consonant, but their sound is more like an or one of these. Then also you put an, not
And
just, yeah. Then you cannot put a, you have to put an. That's what they're saying.
right,
Yes.
clear.
Okay, read the next one.
There are nouns that begin with e and u, but have the y u sound. We say a university or a European pronounce university and European. So we need to use a in front of those word, those noun. Hello, hello.
You can see that's what they're saying. Even the
Yes,
exact opposite of what I told you matters. That is the exact opposite I was talking about. Like here they're saying university. There are some which start with actually Y, but their sound starts with A, E, I, O, U. Then we put an. In this case, the word is actually starting with a U or E, so technically we should put an, but because their pronunciation sounds with a Y, U, university, European, YOU sound. So we do not put and, we just put a.
right.
Clear again?
Yes,
Remember, both ways it matters. Let's look at another line.
we use and for nouns where the starting letter H is not pronounced and second letter is O, an R, or an honest man.
Right. Just like I was saying, you don't even have to think like this. When you pronounce R, you don't pronounce H. Do you say R? Do you pronounce the H? You never pronounce the H, do you?
No,
Yeah. So our sound is what? It is hour. It is the hour. So 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour, whatever. Then the sound is coming of O. O's rule is we will put an. Therefore, we put an hour, right? When we talk
right,
about 1 hour, 1 hour.
right.
So because there is no sound of H, H is silent, like you were saying, if there is a silent letter, this is the silent one. If there's a silent one, whatever the sound next coming matters, and the next sound is that of an O. Even here, honest man, there is no sound of H, so O is coming. O is coming means O is coming. O is coming means we put an N. He is an honest man is right. He is a honest man is wrong, because we depend on the sound of the starting words, not the spelling as shown here, right?
Right.
So remember those rules. It's easiest way to remember. The other way is you keep following this thing, which tells you, okay, when there is an hour, H, and then H, then we put this. But actually there are so many other words like these. All of them have the same rule. If the sound is coming in any one of these, you put an. You cannot put a. Very simple rule. Okay. Read this one. Look, here's another one. Okay. Read
Also
this
an
line.
also an MBA pronounced MBA. M
As you
A.
can see, the letters M, B, A are pronounced as am. Am is starting with an A. So what do we use? We will
M.
use an MBA. I have done an MBA. Okay.
Right.
He is still in an MBA program. Why? Because when we say M, we're not really saying M. The sound is of M. The sound matters, not the spelling.
Right.
Okay, that's what they have been telling you all this time. That's what I have been telling you all this time. Okay, next line.
We don't use o or an with the with words with only single form. Example: water, air, rice, money, salt, plastic, music, cricket, hair, etc.
They're telling you we do not use a or an with words with only single form. What are they saying in this line?
Single form. We
Basically, I'll give you the shortcut.
counted. We don't count such. I don't think, but I don't know. But I'm guessing that we we don't count those things. Maybe.
Well, you're on the right track, but we don't count means these are non-countables. We cannot
Right.
count them. There is no way to count water. Can we count water? These are non-countables. Even in
Right.
your own mother tongue, even in Hindi, even in English, this is non-countable, right?
Right.
In any language, most of these elements and other things are non-countable. We cannot say 10 water. Can we say 10 water?
No.
These are all non-countables. We can say 10 glasses of water. We can say 10 buckets of water. We can say 10 ponds of water. We cannot say 10 water alone. Can we say that? Can we count water?
No.
Right. In the same way, we cannot count any of these. Therefore, in all the non-countables, we don't put either an or we just speak the line straight away. Hey, don't use water like that. It can be wasted. Air is so important. Rice can be eaten, etc., etc. You know, we don't have to put any of these two. Okay, but of
Right.
course, we can put the sometimes in front of them. That's a different situation. Okay, read this one next line.
We don't use the before, next, last, this, plus week, month, year, winter, Monday, etc. Examples: he arrived on Monday, not the Monday.
Yeah, we don't say he arrived on the Monday. It is incorrect. We just say he arrived on Monday. He arrived last week. He arrived in winter. He arrived a month. He arrived a month ago. Yes, we can then just put a. But if you are taking the name of the month, then we don't put a. He arrived in February. He arrived
I,
in February. We don't say he arrived in the February. There is no need of the there. So just a sound rule. We follow that sound rule. The
okay,
next,
I'm
yeah, question.
yes, I'm not getting just if in sentence there is next, last, or this, and week, month, year, winter, it is a, if next, last, and these plus anything that related to time, we or winter or anything, we don't use the. I'm not getting logic in
They're
behind it.
saying is that we use the in so many sentences, right?
Right,
The month of August is very hot in
right,
our country, right? We can say that
right,
sentence.
right.
But what they're saying is that you cannot use the before next word, last word, or this word. Okay, when we say the next or any of these, the next Friday, for example, the next Friday, the next uh, March, the next, sorry, 2019. We don't say that way. We just say straight away next March, next Friday. Follow me. Next Friday. Oh, sorry. Next, and then what is this month?
Next,
Next, next January, next February, whatever. Next
right,
season, like whatever season it is. Next winter, next summer. We don't say the next summer, the next winter.
right,
Also, we don't say next Monday, next Tuesday. Oh, sorry, the next Monday, the next Tuesday. We only say next Monday, next Tuesday, next Wednesday. Clear?
okay,
In the
yes,
same way, when we use last, we don't say the last Friday. We just say the last. Sorry, we say without the. We say last Friday, last Saturday, etc. And we say
right,
last January, last February, last March, etc. Last 2019, last 20 years, last 10 years, whatever. Okay,
right,
we
yes,
put the. We say last summer, last winter, whatever, and the last Monday, last Tuesday, last whatever. They're talking about each one of these being with any one of these.
okay. But
That
here
is the
we
flow.
use arrived. Arrived is in uh, we never use the in front of Monday when uh, the example is he arrived on Monday. So why there is, because if they gave example of next, last, and this.
Do
So
you think
arrived
there
is
could be a the here?
no. I think he arrived on the Monday, the specific day.
No. That's what they're saying. We do not put the when we put these kind of things.
So in front of Monday, there in front of weekdays, uh, we never use the
Yeah, we don't have to use the. That is the incorrect English that many of you people do. We don't do that.
yes.
We don't speak like that. I don't speak like
Any
that. I don't say he
any
arrived on the Monday. We just say he arrived on Monday. He arrived on Tuesday. He
any
arrived
form
on
of
Wednesday.
any form of sentence means Monday, anywhere in Monday, starting Monday, or means the
Doesn't matter whichever
okay,
weekday you are talking about. It's
okay,
going to be he arrived on and straight away the weekday name.
right, okay, got it.
Okay.
Yes,
This is
yes,
for simplicity when because we use week, month, year, winter, and all etc. in so many places. So we don't highlight it. We don't make it a special article in any way. We don't put the in front of it technically almost all the time.
right,
Sometimes it's a different scenario in some cases, but this is the grammar rule. You don't break. You just follow this rule, and you will be safe. Okay.
right, yes.
So read me this line also.
Did you attend the meeting last week? Not the last week,
You can see the question is, did you attend the meeting last week? It is not, did you attend the meeting the last week?
right,
Okay. the meeting is fine, but the last week is wrong. Just like it follows this rule. The does not come before any of these,
Right.
which is followed by any one of these. And this is the rule here.
Right.
Is this clear?
Yes. Yes.
You can take a good look at this and make sure you follow this rule. Then your articles will go right. And you guys have a big problem with the articles. They are so simple that it's very easy for a non-English person to make mistakes on those. But we don't make those mistakes. Technically, we never make that mistake. We're always accurate and right on it. Why? These rules you follow, you will be fine also. Okay?
Right.
You're
Yes.
right most of the time, but sometimes you end up going wrong. Like in the last scenario, you were thinking, I can put the Monday. No, you cannot put the Monday. Okay?
Yes.
So do the next exercises, which are based on this whole grammar, right? Are you there?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Okay. And let me know, okay, and you need to submit the other homework too. Oh, we're running out of time. Looks like, oh boy, ran out of time. Okay, so the grammar is done. What did you learn from it?
I learn. I have so much of confusion in A and the from beginning. Today I learned the main difference between A and the. I'm totally blank. I don't know when to use. I know that when when we use a or an or the, when the quantity is there, we can use an. If multiples are there, then don't need to use or an. And in specific cases, we need to use the. But I don't know so much things that much in deep. So today I learned those things. When or where should you use the and an. Uh, so that will help me a lot.
Okay, so let's say together, yes, I can learn and use grammar correctly.
Yes, I can learn and use grammar correctly.
Make sure you do that. That is super important for me. Okay, so we've done grammar. Now we move on to the next part, which for today is another Antakshari, which we were already playing yesterday and the day before. This time, guess which tense it is? It is the future tense, Antakshari.
Right.
Okay, so you know very well what to do. We don't have time, so you can just start right away. Any
Yes.
future tense?
I will wake up at 5. I will wake up at 5 a.m. tomorrow.
Okay, tomorrow.
Tomorrow, tomorrow, tomorrow there will be a meeting at my office.
There will be a meeting in my office. Is better.
Yes, there will be a meeting at my office. Office. Uh, Tomorrow, office office will office.
Office is a wonderful place to spend the daytime.
Yes, office will be. Yes, office will
Will be
in
a very
future, no,
special.
will be a special place to spend the time.
Okay,
Spend time. Uh,
spend time.
time. Time. Time will. Time will. Time will teach you how to use it.
Use
Use it. It will. It will. It will. It will.
will
It
rain
will
tomorrow.
create. It will create opportunity. It will rain tomorrow.
Okay, tomorrow again. Do
Tomorrow.
not repeat the previous line.
It tomorrow will. Tomorrow will.
Tomorrow will be another day of sunshine.
Yes, tomorrow will be another day of sunshine. Tomorrow will be another raining day.
Day, day.
Day. Uh, day will day day. Uh, any future continuous tense with day? Can you
Just say day by day.
day by day? Uh, I day by day. I will I will get confidence in English.
Exactly. English.
English English will be a English will be a international language. Is an international language, but uh,
English will be a compulsory international language. You can say that
yes, yes, English will be compulsory international language.
in
Language
every country.
in every country. Okay. English will be English will be a compulsory international language in every country. Country countries will have their own uh, defense system 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 will system is a very generic how to system
Systems will get.
systems will get benefit from systems will get
About systems will get better day by day.
systems will get better day by day, right? Day by day get better day by day. Okay, uh, day day, day by day we will
Will improve.
day by day I will improve improvement improvement will be there if you practice a lot.
It will be sorry.
Improvement will be there if you practice a lot.
Okay, that's right. A lot.
A lot, a lot, a lot, lot many people will be there at ground tomorrow.
A lot of people will be there in the ground.
Okay,
Okay, so we're back to tomorrow, and
ground.
we can't have tomorrow keep coming 2 3 times, so we'll stop there. So you can try this past, present,
Yes,
future, interesting thinking process lines in front of the mirror also, right?
yes,
So
right.
tell me, how was it? How was the Antakshari today? Did you, oh, your signal is gone down.
Yes, I just turn off my video and now I can able to speak at least.
You can
I,
speak.
I have I have low I don't know low bandwidth is here. So I learned today from group discussion to articles. I learn so many. Today. I learned so many things because I am confused in those articles, and today I got confidence how to use it. And from Antakshari I am now use how to I got knowledge how to improve myself to practice with this Antakshari or GD in front of mirrors. So thank you for that.
Okay, you're welcome. So I will see you tomorrow. Okay, you take care.
Yes, thank you.
Bye.